Adam Hall.
And my name is Toby Cox.
And in this exclusive episode, we are going to explore the nature of wheelchair rugby. We will have an interview with a journalist who works in the sport, a former wheelchair rugby contender, and a current athlete in wheelchair rugby. I'm now going to hand over to my co-presenter, Toby Cox, who will give you an extensive breakdown into the rules of wheelchair rugby.
Wheelchair rugby is a mixed-gender sport. Athletes of all different kinds of disabilities partake in this sport. Matches are played in 4 quarters of 8 minutes. The objective is to get the ball over the opposition try line. A team had 12 seconds to get the ball out of the... A team had 12 seconds to get the ball out of their own half, or they lose possession.
Go.
A team had 40 seconds to score a try, otherwise they lose possession again. I will now hand you back to Adam Hall, who caught up with John Seeger to find out what it was like to report at a professional level in wheelchair rugby.
Hi, my name is John Seeger. I'm a sports journalist, currently freelancing with Sky Sports. I've had the privilege and the pleasure of reporting on wheelchair rugby league since 2012. That was my first game, and on an official capacity with the RFL since 2015. I've been the only sports journalist to report on the last 3 Wheelchair Rugby League World Cups and European Championships, and also every Grand Final, every Challenge Cup final since 2015. What I've always had, it's been a dream of mine since I was about 8 to work as a journalist, working like broadcasting journalism, that kind of thing. So I worked all my way up through primary school, secondary school, did sixth form in media communication production. That got me to uni. Did a kind of like a video production degree, but I went back to do my postgraduate diploma in television journalism. And I've always wanted to work in sports journalism. So after my graduation, I went to work as an online reporter for a website in Kent, because I used to live in Kent. That's where my family's all from. And from that, I got some contacts to work in rugby league in Kent. And then from there, I saw this opportunity to sort, okay, what's wheel? Then someone told me about come and enjoy wheelchair rugby league. I thought, okay, that's a bit odd. Wheelchair rugby league, that seems a bit different. But when I saw the game, I fell in love with it straight away. It was brilliant. It was back in 2012, that was, for a festival. And then 2 weeks later, after that festival, was my first England-France game. So I got to know like the England squad, the England players, the French squad, the French players, and just everything just developed from there. I personally, it's on the way up. I mean, since the World Cup in 2021, the sport's starting to take off. We're getting much more coverage on like places like the BBC and broadcasters, because the only way you're going to showcase the sport, it has to be seen on TV, and it has to be on social media. So the only way you're going to do that is like people like from Sky, from the BBC, they need to take an interest in it straight away. And they have done, which has been brilliant, because the BBC do the Challenge Cup and Sky do the Grand Final. Excuse me for a sec. Oh, something's stuck in the throat. Oh, that's better. Sorry, I'm not going to choke, don't worry. I'm not going to like call cops and die or something like that. But the only way we're going to have to showcase, the only way to best understand the sport is to watch it and to see it. And, you know, we've got broadcasters now on board who are taking the sport very seriously. And now this is the first season, the Wheelchair Super League season. It's the first time it's under the whole men's, women's and wheelchair. So the whole sport itself is amalgamated into like the whole rugby league core, which is going to be great to help take the sport to the next level. You know, we're going to get more games. There's going to be an opportunity to have more games like on social media, on YouTube, on Sky, on the BBC, and that's the only way it's going to grow. I mean, I would also recommend as well, there's been a fantastic documentary called Made to Steal. If you get the opportunity to know, that will help fully understand like the people behind the sport in the England squad, because it was all about the Rugby League World Cup from 2 years ago. So if you get the opportunity, I would recommend watching that to understand the sport a little bit more further. And it's just seeing stuff like that helps it to grow a little bit more further. So we're taking steps by steps. You know, now we've had, this is going to be coming up, the season coming up is going to be, we're having more games than ever before. There's going to be like the grand final is going to be live on Sky, the Challenge Cup final live on the BBC. You know, it's building momentum, and I can't see it's going to continue to grow and grow over the next couple of years. The way I do it is basically I don't see a disability. I see people who, you know, people who have a disability. But you don't see that on the court. You see them in a chair, and that's the way it should be. You know, they may be disabled, or you know, it's like saying, for example, James Simpson. You know, when he was playing, you don't see him. You know, you don't see him like you see. Well, for the actual sports now, the clubs, they are now under the wing of they're under the community wings for certain clubs. So, like for example, the Leeds Rhinos, Wigan, and for example, Halifax, Bradford. And a few other, and there's quite a lot of other clubs. They're all under the community fund, so it's funded through the actual community part of the game. So each Super League club, each rugby league club, have got like a community arch, and then within that is where the rugby league. That's where the wheelchair rugby league. So the fund's actually gone through the community fund, going through the actual rugby league club, and it's gone through them. You don't get many clubs at the minute that are self-funded. So everything, which is a good model for sustainability, because you don't want to spend. There is not a lot of money in the game at the minute, and it's going to be another maybe 5 or 10 years before you see a club become professional. We're only starting to see it in the women's game now. You know, professionalism coming into the women's game. It's going to take a little bit longer because there are not that many players that are going to be coming and playing, because it's still seen as a community game. But it's on the way there, which will probably see in the next 5 to 10 years. Then we'll start going to see, you know, more people taking it aboard, and then possibly going professional or semi-professional. And then that's when, you know, possibly IMG, the company running behind Super League, thinking we can pump more money into this, and then we can see it grow and grow and grow. Yep. I mean, when you watch, the way I do it in my sport, the way I do it in my videos and my reporting, I always let the action do the talking, because that's, for me, people are going to be drawn to that rather than me talking about, you know, the rules and stuff like that, because the rules are simple to learn. And once you've got your head around the rules, you just want to see, you know, the actual action being trained. So I always let the action do the talking, and then you're seeing tries being scored here, there, and everywhere. And then at the end, you say final score, and then I'll go into my post-match interview. I do like a little intro at the beginning, like saying where we are, you